teach the students how to design their own scientific instrumentation. So like for instance, instead of spending $75,000 for a commercial science package, we buy just the sensors. So $5,000 laboratory grade oxygen sensors. And then we put them on Raspberry Pis or BeagleBone Blacks, which are all what are called single board computers. And the idea is now we can go and measure oxygen at all the sluice gates in the He'ea fish pond. So what we're trying to do with that is we're actually trying to figure out how the ancient Hawaiians ran the fish pond. Because it was a really, really efficient way of growing fish. But that knowledge has been lost over the hundreds of years, the centuries since the Hawaiians ran that fish pond. So we're trying to figure out what they did, and we're using science to figure that out. So there's lots and lots of things that you can do. All we're doing here in this class is we're teaching you a little bit about the Internet of Things. So we're going to use a simple sensor, in this case a waterproof temperature sensor. So just click on wait, please. And then we're going to control something in the world. In this case, we're going to control a power strip. In this case for the class, we're going to turn a night light on and off, but it could just as easily turn a fish tank heater on and off. So the example here is that, gee, saltwater aquariums tend to be hard to run. Wouldn't it be nice that if, say from your desk at work or at school, you can go and check on your fish? Now, here's one of the cute things that we didn't get a chance to talk about. Cayenne just added the cameras. So you can buy the inexpensive camera for the Raspberry Pi. So if you wanted to go and see how your fish are doing, you could actually use Cayenne and look at your fish. Now, more, for what we use it at the University of Hawaii is we can actually get water sensors, and we can stick that under the data center floor. You could stick it under your water heater, or say for instance a sump pump. Say you live in a low area, you could actually get a water sensor, detect whether there's water too high, and turn on a sump pump so you can drain a low area of your property or something. Lots and lots of things you can do. Here's the cute thing. The Raspberry Pi can actually run a lot of different sensors. We're only going to be using one sensor, a temperature sensor. You can also get combination temperature, humidity. You can get some that'll do things like pH, salinity, and so forth. There's lots of sensors. Cayenne, when you go into the help section, will actually tell you about the sensors. You don't have to have a Raspberry Pi to go into Cayenne. In fact, I'm going to leave the password at Maker Faire at least until the end of next week, so you guys can actually log in and play with it and do different things. Sorry, after that I'm changing the password to something else. But you're welcome to go and create an account. Cayenne has made a commitment. I actually talked to their president. He said, yeah, we'll make a commitment. The free version will have, at the minimum, 5 Raspberry Pis. So you can have 5 Raspberry Pis scattered all through your home doing different things. For instance, you could put a light detector in there and a temperature detector, and you can go and tell whether someone left the refrigerator door open. So relatively easy without having to learn how to program. That's one of the nice things about Cayenne. Now, especially the younger kids, as you go into school, there's going to be coding classes. There's a really good chance you're going to use Raspberry Pis. So one of the popular languages for the Raspberry Pi is called Python, like the snake. And it's nice because it's not quite English-like, but it's more English, so it makes a little more sense. And that's what they're teaching in a lot of schools. If you decide to go into something like computer science, there's going to be other languages. So we're still up over like 1,000 computer languages, right? Yeah. So lots of different things.
What's everybody going to learn in this class?
Well, what do you think you're going to learn? Okay.
How to take a raw Raspberry Pi basically out of the box, configure it,
Yeah.
and we haven't gotten to that part yet, but we're looking at learning how to at least put a sensor on there.
Well, we already learned how to change it from UK
Right.
to US so we have the right characters.
That's important.
And we learned how to change the time so that it's local to Hawaii. You've all noticed this is very Windows-like. It's not that different. So hopefully that's the reason why I ask people, please make sure you know at least Windows or Mac, and we'll kind of go from there. So moving on.
Okay, I'm gonna dig.